Looks like it is recording.
Do I need to hold the baby microphone?
I'm gonna let you. We can undo it if you think you need more tethering space. Okay, everyone. Hi, this is Holly McFarland. I'm with East Texas Communities Foundation. I am the PR director and communications coordinator, and East Texas Giving Day falls under my umbrella of responsibilities. Today, we are broadcasting live from Lufkin, Texas, in the Lufkin Chamber of Commerce. And today, Emily Thornton with Keep Angelina Beautiful. Angelina Beautiful Clean. I knew I would get the combination of words, but not in the right direction. Anyway, without prompts. So she is going to present Canva, how to use Canva. If you're not using Canva, you should be, because it is a free resource for nonprofits to use. All you have to do is upload your IRS determination letter, and you can have access to all the goodies. So Emily's going to tell you more about that, and I'm going to turn it over to her.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here today. I'm really excited to share with you guys some more tips and tricks on Canva. A lot of people are really intimidated by Canva. I hope at the end of our presentation, it's not as intimidating, it's not as scary, because I promise it's really easy. I work as a graphic designer part-time, and I use the whole Adobe Creative Cloud suite. And I actually, in many instances, choose to use Canva because it's so simple. I work as a graphic designer part-time, but this is a really nice tool to use. And hey, it looks really good. It creates crisp and clean graphics. Why not? Why complicate things? So I use it in my everyday life. Let me go ahead and start my presentation just to kind of get started. But to let you guys know a little bit about me, I serve as the executive director for Angelina Beautiful Clean. I've been in my role since June of 2020, and I use Canva nearly every single day. I love it. It's a huge tool for our organization. I use it for a variety of tools. I use it for social media posts. I use it for flyers, infographics, newsletters, for emails. I use it for logos if I need a vector design. And we're going to go into all of that jazz later and how you can use Canva specifically for your organization. But really quick, the people who are virtual, I'm so sorry, we're going to do this in person, but just a really quick around the room. I want to learn a little bit just so that I really hit all of my marks here and make sure that I make this presentation adaptable and personable for all of you. So I want to know what your name and your role is. What do you struggle with in terms of design? Or if you don't want to get into that, what do you hope to learn from today? And then how proficient are you in Canva? Have you even ever opened the app? Do you have you ever made anything in Canva before? Is this your first time? Or are you an absolute expert and you're just hoping to learn a couple tips of the trade? So I'll start, like I said, Emily Thornton, ABC. I love design. I do it nearly part-time in my free time. And I would say that I'm almost an expert. I feel like I can always be better. So I may learn something from you guys today, but we'll start with you, madam. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Okay. Awesome. And Canva is a collaborative space. So, even if you, so you are the sole creator of content for your organization, or do other people dabble too? Okay, well then Canva is an all-in-one suite, and we're going to kind of get into that. I think you'll be ditching Photoshop after this presentation. You back here, ma'am? Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. You're an expert. Awesome. Great. Okay, well, people who are watching virtually, we have beginners and we have a few who are very proficient in Canva. So I feel like we're going to kind of get a double combo. I hope that we touch everything that you guys are looking to learn today, and we will go ahead and get started. Okay, so we cannot talk about working in Canva without talking about why graphics are really important. I really feel like graphics tell a story. Some people may think that that's kind of overdramatic, and maybe it is, but I think that that is you put it. They always say that first impressions are really important, right? People make a assumption about you just by meeting you within the first 10 seconds. Your graphics are kind of the same way. You want to put your best foot forward and you want to have a crisp and clean presentation. It's like your resume. You're trying to impress people and deliver information over to them. So graphics build trust and credibility. I always say the easiest thing you can do is have content shared on your social media channels. If you're putting out an effort, if you're not regularly posting before East Texas Giving Day, and all of a sudden you have like this really huge push for donate to me, but then people think, oh, their organization's really cool. Let me look at their social media page, and you haven't really posted frequently before then, you kind of lose credibility a little bit. They'll think, well, how active is this organization actually? How are my dollars actually going to be spent? And you can effectively communicate that through graphics. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. So consistent content, that equals efforts. Your customers and your competition, they're watching. They want to see what you are putting out on your social media channels. They help you nail that first impression. Like I said, people are they're making a get. They if you have an attractive graphic, immediately you're drawing people in. If something is appealing to the eyes, and we're going to kind of get into that later, and that'll kind of paint a story for how important artistry and graphics can be. And Canva makes that so simple for you. Your socials may be the first place that people visit. So nail that first impression and really utilize a lot of the templates within Canva. It separates you from your competition. Putting that effort forward matters. That can separate you. So if people are looking at an organization that's very similar to yours, and both of you are uh, advertising and wanting dollars for East Texas Giving Day, if you have more content and it's a little more attractive to look at, and you're really putting a lot of effort into the content that you're sharing, you may get those dollars over your competitor. So it's worth the investment for sure. And of course, we are all nonprofits. Our message matters. We serve our community in some way. And you can really translate that really simply and really effectively through using Canva templates. So you have a story worth telling. People are visual. Most people like to be a visual learner, right? So paint that picture for them and then bring what you have to offer to life. Any questions before I go on? Great. Are you able to see questions on your end? Cool. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we talked a little bit about why graphics are important, but I really believe that you need a brand identity in order to move forward and create effective graphics. So, graphics in your brand identity should be your who, what, when, where, and why to your organization. So that's my argument. I feel like you really need to know who you are before you make effective content. I am trying to sell to you on why you need to donate to me for East Texas Giving Day. We need to be sharing what we do. We need to share who we are and really strike emotion. Most of us, the services that we provide do invoke emotion. So keeping that in your brand identity, that's really important. So we're going to talk a little bit more about your brand identity and what your brand strategy could be. So I feel like the easiest way for me, I like examples. That's how I like to learn. So these are fantastic examples of brand identities. So Coca-Cola. Coke has such a solid brand identity. They don't even need to put their iconic Coca-Cola text on graphics. Sometimes what do you see? The swish. That's all they have to put. Coca-Cola has a signature red, they have a signature white, and they have their signature branded swish that they put on all of their marketing. So they can be identified just by looking at them. So that's kind of the way you want to create your brand identity. You want someone to be able to take a quick glance at what you're creating and they know, oh wow, that's Angelina Beautiful Clean without a doubt. I know that green from anywhere. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about with brand identities. McDonald's, a favorite of mine. You just have to see the golden arches and you already know what we're talking about here. So, branding yourself and staying really consistent with your branding is the key to having a solid brand identity. And then Netflix, of course, I think that they always have really solid brand identity. And they're kind of making me mad here lately with all of their changes, but we'll talk about that later. Netflix with their iconic black, their iconic red, and all of their branding. It's all the same. It all looks very cohesive altogether. So these are really great examples. There's a million out there, but this is what you should be thinking of whenever you're thinking about Angelina College. Everything that Angelina College creates should have their signature blue, their signature orange, and maybe even that Roadrunner on there somewhere. So absolutely, you need to be thinking about staying true to your brand identity with all content that you create for East Texas Giving Day. That doesn't mean that you can't include, let's say, okay, Angelina College, for example, they're blue and orange and white. I'm not, forgive me if I've gotten your brand colors wrong, but right off the top of my head, maybe if I did get that right, that's because they have fantastic branding. That doesn't mean that you cannot include, East Texas Giving Day branding colors too. No, you'll put your own spin on it, and we'll kind of dabble with that in Canva later. So keep those in mind. Make sure that you're creating content that's true to you. Do not alter her logo in any way. Okay, so I've done a lot of talking up here. I like to learn by doing, so let's put some branding into action. So I have a couple of links up here that I'm going to take us to. So to me, I know many of us, like for me, I'm the only creator of content for my organization. I'm the sole employee. So this may not be effective for everybody, but if you work in a team, or even if you're sending out for other items to be made, like pens, pencils, things like that, specialty items, having a brand kit or a brand template is incredibly important. This is something that you can share with your team, and this is a template that is free to you on Canva. It's really helpful for you to have all of your branding colors listed, and it just spells out when you are representing Angelina Beautiful Clean, I want this text, I want these colors, and I want this is the story that we tell. It has our mission, what I want for headers to be used, what I want for body text to be used. And that may sound like overkill, but it really helps in creating a cohesive brand. As a designer, I love it when people give me something like this because it takes all of the effort out. So this is a template that you can easily make in Canva, and it is completely free to you. So as you can see here, this is just a template. This is what somebody just created just to kind of get you started. Just off of looking at this, what kind of emotion does this invoke, or what pops to your head immediately? Mm, yes. Yeah. So female oriented, colorful, happy. Anybody else have any other thoughts? That kind of hits it right on the head. I'm kind of thinking summertime. I'm thinking so this invoked some sort of emotion with us. And so like let's say that this was a boutique. They would make sure to have all of their branding cohesive with this. So as you can see, they have different formats of their logo. They have the full-fledged thingamabob, and then they even have other variations of their logo. So like if you just have an icon for your logo, you would include that here too. They have typography options that people can use within their branding, and then of course different color palettes as well. Many of you may not know, but you actually have what's called a hex code that will tell you specifically what color something is. So if you click this right here, this is a very specific color, salmon, I guess we would say. And you can find that specific hex code by, so what I did was I selected here, and I'm going up to my color right here. I'm going to hit the little rainbow right here, and it's telling me specifically, so that hashtag or pound EB8664, that is specifically that color salmon, that color orange. Now there's a couple of tips and tricks in Canva using that specific hex code that will come in handy later, but just for the sake of moving on with our presentation, we'll end it there. But yeah, you want to have, Angelina College wants to have a specific color orange. They don't want to have different variations because that can overcomplicate things whenever we have two flyers side by side. It's okay, well, those aren't matching. And some people that may not matter, but it does matter. It absolutely does, especially when you want to look polished and you want to have a cohesive brand together. So, and then this, and this one may be a little bit of overkill, a mood board. I mean, it makes my eyes happy. I like looking at it, but absolutely. If I think for many brands that may not be like for Angelina Beautiful Clean specifically, I don't need to put a mood board together, not necessarily. But I mean, if I were to, I believe I have one. Yeah, like I created one just to kind of show you guys how I would use it. So like I said, so this is my example. I took that that free brand kit example, and I kind of put my own ABC spin on it. And as you can see, this is ABC's original logo. This is the one that we use for nearly all of our branding, but everything's not on a white background, right? It's not. So I have my different variations here. So I also have a white one with no text. There are a couple of others, but for the sake of keeping this brand kit not insano braino, I just left it there. And then we also have an icon that is the state of Texas with ABC punched out as well. That's perfect on a darker color background like our lime green. And as you can see, this green and this blue is our logos, green and blue. And see how this just creates a cohesive look. I mean, it's not the most beautiful thing you've probably ever seen, but you can see that it creates a cohesive look, and it is representative of Angelina Beautiful Clean and our brand. So the Poppins extra bold, and then Poppins medium, and then extra light, those are ABC's fonts. You don't need to specifically stick to a font. I like to. I think, again, it adds to your brand identity. And then our color palette as well. So I think that is the first step in coming up with a brand identity. Even if you don't think that it would be super useful for other people, it's a good resiliency plan to have. You know, we're not going to stay in these roles forever. Somebody's going to come in behind us. How helpful is that to keep our consistent branding in place? Any questions on branding and brand kits? Not even one? I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Absolutely. As a graphic designer, I love it when people do that for me because it takes a lot of the guesswork out of, okay, well, I think this font looks really good, or it looks close enough to the text that's in their logo. Oh yeah, you're absolutely more than welcome to share it. If you're getting something done at a local print shop or anything like that, and they're coming up with a graphic for you, maybe you're not actually physically making it. Oh yeah, share that brand kit with them. And there are a million. Let me see what this middle one was. Oh, goodness. See it. If you type in brand kit, branding into templates, this will pop up. So this is another one that was available too. You can see, you know, they have a primary logo. They have a primary logo, a secondary logo, their colors, their different typography examples, and then maybe their mission statement, all kinds of jazz right here. So there's a million different examples. And here's a few right here. Absolutely. So if you go to canva.com, it will immediately pop up. If you want to start with a free template, really, let's see, if you find a little crown next to something, you may be able to see it, my cursor right there. That is when it's no longer free, but almost everything in this presentation is free, and I'll let you know when something isn't. I believe you can upgrade to premium if you contact Canva's customer service line, and they will allow you to have premium. If for some reason everybody here should be a nonprofit organization and eligible, but if for some reason you aren't, maybe you're even thinking about just using Canva for something else, it's worth the investment. It's really, really nice. It kind of hurts your heart and soul whenever you see a really pretty template and think, oh, that's the one, I love it, and then you can't use it. It really stinks. So I say it's worth the investment, absolutely. Then you can upload your IRS documentation. It only took maybe a couple hours, and then send an email that said congratulations, you've been approved, and then you have all that free. Oh yeah, it's yeah. Oh, the IRS form is free. Mm-hmm. Free for nonprofit. You just gotta upload your determination. Yep. It's a fantastic resource. You know, we've just talked about one element of how great Canva is, y'all. I make a multitude of different mediums, different. There's so much you can make in Canva. I almost don't even know where to begin. So, any other questions about branding before we move on? Okay, so a lot of people, I've given this presentation before, and a lot of people struggle with, I have a huge idea in my head and I just don't even know where to get started. I have no idea. My first thing that I would tell you to do is look for inspiration. Don't be afraid to shop around. Oh my gosh, that's what all graphic designers do. Sometimes we're lucky and we just immediately say, oh yeah, no, I know exactly what I want this to look like and we can cook it up. Yeah, that doesn't happen all the time. Oftentimes I'm on Pinterest. There is a great, let me type this in for you. SAVE.it. This is basically like a graphic design Pinterest. I go on Google, I go on Pinterest, and then sometimes this website too, if it'll pop up, because we'll come back to this because our Wi-Fi's been a little slow. But oh yeah, I look for inspiration all over the place. I look and see what others are doing. I look in magazines. I look in newspapers. I look everywhere to see what other people are doing and how they're effectively communicating their whatever goal they have in place to communicate. I sketch it out. Like I said, sometimes I have a really big idea and I'm like, how is this going to work? And sketching it out on a piece of paper, sometimes a Post-it note, because oftentimes, I don't want to snatch that up, but oftentimes I'm working on an Instagram graphic and that is a square, right? That's what the template size is for Instagram. I'll get a Post-it note out and I'll sketch on that Post-it note. And that kind of helps me put what I have that's too big of an idea in my head and realistically apply it to paper. So whenever you're sketching it out, something you need to keep in mind though is what dimensions does the graphic need to be. Canva has, if you go into the help section, it has specifically, because not all graphic sizes are the same. If you have a huge flyer, that's 8.5 by 11, that may not be the most effective thing to upload to Instagram, right? Because we're looking for a square here, and that just may be not easy to the eye to read. We're going to talk more about that later, but you need to be very conscious of the graphics that you're creating and the dimensions of them. And then how do we want our information to flow? Where do we want our eye to be immediately drawn to? Canva does a really good job of taking that guesswork out for you. We're going to run through a lot of the templates later at the very end of this presentation, just so that you guys can see truly how easy it is. If you're, I've oftentimes thought, okay, oh man, I'm making a Instagram social media graphic for a fish fry. You can type in fish, and then there's a million templates that have fish all over the place. And wow, and they all look really fantastic, and they took a lot of the guesswork out for you. And then the third step is referring to your style guide. You don't have to make these crazy choices on, oh, okay, what font looks good. Guess what? You, your team, your executive committee, whoever is in place, you guys all already decided how you wanted to brand your organization, and all of it's right there. You don't have to guess and say, oh, well, maybe this font looks nice, this, that, or the other. No, you know the direction that you're headed in, and you can just put that style guide in action. It really helps even if you get an intern and they're tasked with creating your social media content. Boom, hand them that style guide and they can take it from there. Of course I can, my bad. Oh, come on, you. You are welcome. Thank you. And then don't be afraid to shop around. Canva has a million different templates, and there is definitely something that works for you. Even if you just type in, you know, maybe you're making something really obscure, really obscure, or you want something different than what Canva gave you. You can just type in Facebook template, and then they will give you all kinds of different templates for Facebook specific graphics, things like that. So that's my tips and tricks on how to get started. Any questions before we're about to dive into the meat and bones? So any questions before we move on? Great and grand. Okay, if you did bring a laptop, a tablet, I encourage you to bring it out. If you didn't, that's absolutely okay. I believe this presentation is being recorded, so you'll be able to see and work step by step with me side by side if you pull it up on your phone or tablet and have it on your desktop, however you want to. But I encourage you to, and we'll take a few minutes and let you guys log in. But yeah, take out your laptop, tablet, and then and you can even pull out your phone and download the Canva app. You can work in Canva on your phone as well, which is super nice and convenient. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It's Canva is convenient for just a million reasons. Let's see here. I believe it is Lufkin 2013, and the L in Lufkin is capitalized. 2013, I believe. Please check, Holly. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead. Oh, well, we'll go ahead and pull this one up. Holly, do you remember if this was a template that you guys gave us, or was this something that I made on my own? Cool. Okay. I think this is okay. I think I made this then. I didn't want to give myself credit if you had made it. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So people online, there are a couple of Canva templates for you available. I believe that they're specifically for Facebook covers. So, but if you have any questions about templates, please reach out to Holly and we'll talk. But just while you guys are pulling it up on your phones, on your laptops, on your tablets, I just wanted to show you, this is something that I made really quick and easy for East Texas Giving Day. So I stayed true to, this is an example of how I included ABC in our, in the post, but I kept the branding to East Texas Giving Day. I'm not super strict. I mean, you know, I'm not working for Coca-Cola here. I'm Angelina Beautiful Clean. Let's be realistic. So I'm not super strict on my branding. Also because it still is, it can pretty closely translate to ABC's colors and our branding as well. So this is one that I made for East Texas Giving Day last year. So I had a call to action at the very top to draw people in. I wanted to show a picture of ABC in action. And then, of course, you know, what we do, and then boom, how they can donate. And then, of course, branding for East Texas Giving Day as well. So the way I accomplished this, let's see here. This is a Facebook post template. So I just typed in Facebook post template, and this is what it gave me. It gave me this one right here. As you can see, I definitely made several variations of it. So this was the template that I was working with. Oh my goodness. Delete, delete, delete. Add page. It hated me for a second. Okay, so this is the blank template that I got just from typing in Facebook post template. So this is my blank slate that I had to work with, and immediately I knew for elements I had uploaded. That's how you can have fun little files that you can import over into your graphics. So I uploaded the East Texas Giving Day logo. That's probably in here somewhere. As you can see, I sometimes make memes for in template in Canva sometimes. It's so slow. Yeah, we'll just upload something rando. We'll put in my beautiful, I don't want to do that. My beautiful Texas. Okay, so this is what I have to work with, okay? And if you did not know, Angelina Beautiful Clean has a beautiful mural in downtown Lufkin. Please go take a picture in front of it. Shameless self-promo. So absolutely. So let's just say this is ABC's logo, okay? Then look at what I'm wearing. Oop, don't do that. So now you can kind of see how we can upload a photo in here. So this is really just drag and drop. So let's say, okay, let's type in for elements. This is where you can find photos, this is where you can find graphics, and this is just essentially a free stock library. So let's see here. We want elements, let's type in community service. I am working with one finger here, so please do not judge me. Community service, okay, and I want a photo. So I clicked photo right there. If I wanted a graphic of community service, I would have clicked that. If I wanted a video, I would have clicked here, and it gives me a full stock library. As you can see, we're seeing some of the little crowns here. That is a premium feature. Hopefully everybody will reach out to Canva community or customer service and get that under lock. But yeah, that's all I had to type in to get access to all of these. Okay, stop it, you. So for example, let's say I wanted this picture. I'm going to click it and I'm going to drag it over in here. Boom. It uploaded it into here. Let's see here. So I know that I have my logo over here and it has kind of a white background. So I can change the background by selecting it. Sometimes you kind of have to play around because see, like if I would have clicked right here, I would have gotten this element here. Click around. This is the background. I'm going to go over to the little color selection right here. And then I'm just going to kind of play with it. I kind of think I want to keep my green theme. So I'm going to come over here, going to go somewhere in the greens, and then just play with it. And just play around until I get a color that I really like. And just for the sake of keeping it moving, we're going to just stop here. So I changed the background color. I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit so y'all can see. But yeah, I don't want this, just so that I have a little bit of free space. And you can, so the way that you can get rid of items is you select them and then you hit the backspace or delete item if you're working in a Mac. I don't want these, so I'm taking them away. And you can completely edit these templates to, Control Z. You can completely edit them to make them your own. Move my text over. So, okay, so I have my logo over here. I want my branding. So we're pretending like this is actually ABC's logo. I'm just trying to move fast so we can get through our presentation. So boom, I'm moving my logo here and I'm moving my text around so that it can kind of sit right here. How easy was that? Obviously, it's not the most effective graphic that we've ever seen, but you saw how quickly we could make all of these changes and how quickly, if we needed to say, oh, crap, it's East Texas Giving Day and I haven't made a single thing, we could quickly type in, help us give back to ABC, boom, upload a picture, upload a logo, and then add text to tell people exactly how they can donate and who we are, boom. And then all you have to do, file, download, and same deal on your phone. You can hit download on your phone and then boom, it is free to be shared. Facebook, Instagram, text message, email, however you need to do it. And I created so many different variations of just this template. This is what I made last year. I made this one. I made this one to post on another day so that it wasn't the exact same post and it didn't look boring. So this is a picture from one of our Adopt a Highway cleanups. I wanted to show ABC in action. And then I created another one that board members could share as well using a different template. Let me see where that one is. I believe it's this one. So yeah, I completely changed this one. Ah, doggone it. So this was a template that I used for the one that you just saw up here. Super easy to just completely morph this into your own. Upload whichever photo you want. It can be of you presenting somebody with a plaque. It can be you on the highway picking up litter. It can be you feeding people at a soup kitchen. It could be anything, whatever is mission oriented to your organization. And as you can see right over here, over to the left, these are all of the templates that are available to you that are just so easy for you to drag and drop photos into and edit your text however you want. So this is what I did in here. Again, I tried to make it super specific. Like I made it so easy for my board members. What I did, and I have no shame in my game, I'll tell you. I just to make it super easy for them. And so, because sometimes organizations they will say, board members, please, 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 will you share this graphic? And then all of Lufkin, all of Angelina County is inundated with the same graphic, and people don't look at it because it's all the same. So what I did to try to be clever is my board members, I uploaded a picture of them specifically in action serving ABC and working as ABC. So this was my former board chair, Will Price, and board member Candace Stott. I uploaded a picture of them and then had that call to action help me give back to ABC. So pictures perform really well on social media. People on social media like to see pictures of people. So that's my tip to you. I did it several times, wherever that may be. Anyway, I did it several more times. I have no idea where they went, but I uploaded a variety of different pictures of different board members, and it went really well. People like to and see their niece, their nephew, their sister, brother, whoever in action, and they're more likely to give. So that's another little tip that I would give to you, and I'm happy to share. Yes. Mhm. It's right here. That was a good point, Holly. So if I wanted to, let's say I just wanted to add a new page, maybe, so this right here, it saves all of these different pages, which basically act as different artboards, different templates that you can export at any time. So let's say I want this to be where all of my Facebook posts sit, all of my different Facebook post templates. So this is one template. What I can do is I can hit the plus in the top corner right up here, add it. And then, yeah, that's where I can say, okay, I really like this one. I like the layout of this one, and then I can change the branding colors to be representative of Angelina Beautiful Clean, edit it however I want. And then I have different examples here that I can export at any time. You see what I mean? Correct. Yep, boom. Very simple. Any questions? That was a really good point. Mhm. Yep. By just typing in, like, good gracious, like I can type in recycling. And Lord forgive me, I'm not the most organized person in the world, so Lord knows what we're going to get over here. But all different projects where I have them labeled as recycling, sometimes even just in the text of the project, it will pull it out. And then look how handy that is, just saying, boom, you can create folders. You can be far more organized than I am, but absolutely, it has a variety of different templates for you. Yes. My advice would be to create a East Texas Giving Day Facebook post or East Texas Giving Day 2023 Facebook posts. Create East Texas Giving Day Instagram posts 2023. So that way they're separate. I like keeping, I really don't go crazy with different size or dimensions for social media posts, but for Instagram and Facebook, just so that they look better, I like to keep them separate. And if you were to, just another tip, if you, this is a premium feature, if you were to hit resize, there are all kinds of different different dimensions that they give you just right off the bat. So all I did was, so this is the Facebook size template. Let's say, okay, I love the work that I made in the Facebook template. I am going to go to resize because I want to make these Instagram content. So I went to resize and I'm going to hit this. And it gives me the option to copy it. So this isn't going to change the work that I've done in the Facebook one. It's going to copy it. And it's going to give me a whole nother work folder that says what they are. So this is a copy and it's telling me that this is for Instagram posts square. And it tries to kind of help you reformat things, but of course I would maneuver things around a little bit because things are a little off centered. Like now I have this big white space down there, all that jazz, and that's easy to do. You're just dragging and dropping, and feel free to play. These templates are just super loosey goosey and can be anything that you want. Any questions on that? I know it's a lot at once, and really my watch this presentation again and just like for example, this was one that I made the other day. Oh, you can see all of my this is a graphic that I made after a household hazardous waste collection day, which is actually coming up on March 4th, first Saturday in March. If you have any hazardous material, this event is free to all of you. Reach out to me if you have any questions. So this is this was a template that I had made last year. I like to, after an event, I like to share, boom, this is all the stuff that I did at this event. This is what your dollars, Angelina County, this is what they went to. So yeah, this was something that I made into Canva. It was, it's not specifically showing me which template that I used. It might over here, but that doesn't really matter. It was just a template that I had, oh goodness. Okay, go away. It was a template that I had uploaded and I personalized it on my own. I knew that I wanted I don't think that it was all greens. I think that it was rainbow or something like that. And that's not representative of ABC. Our colors are green, blue, white. You get the idea. So yeah, you can absolutely put your spin on anything and you can add in, like, I don't think that it had all of these little spray painting marks. So what I did is I went over into elements. I typed in paint. Yeah, like paint stroke. And I want a graphic. So I would hit graphic. I don't necessarily want a photo. And then boom, look at all of these fantastic different little swatches that I have that I can add into there and then change the color however I want. In the premium feature, there is a way for you to upload your branding kit, which is so, so helpful. So that's what I've done for Angelina Beautiful Clean. So this is Angelina Beautiful Clean green. Excuse me. Angelina Beautiful Clean green, Angelina Beautiful Clean blue, and white. There's not a specific white color. It's just stark white. So and then you don't have to go, what was that? And go back to your style guide. You actually have them uploaded to Canva. And Canva will have your logo. It will have all of the different branding kits available to you. And I believe you can get to that from just going over to brand at the home page, and you can upload all of that stuff there. Again, that's a premium feature. This is what I have uploaded for Angelina Beautiful Clean's branding kit. Again, I use it, but I also don't, because I have all of the things uploaded, but I know what ABC's things are. But this would be helpful if something happened to me and somebody had to come in and make a Facebook, Instagram post for ABC. So, but that was a squirrel that I just chased. I just get excited sharing my heart with you guys. Any questions about Facebook posts? Anything that we discussed that it does not make any sense to you? Because truly, if it doesn't, don't be afraid to stop me. I'm here for you guys today. You have questions? Okay. It's a lot to soak in. It really is. But so, for example, this is the homepage of Canva. Homepage of Canva. We're going to make an Instagram post. You can hover over this and it says create blank. Boom. It has given you a blank canvas. So somebody, okay, we'll say East Texas Giving Day. We're going to make a post for that. So let's see here. So we have different templates here, and I'm just going to scroll through these. There's all kinds of different ones. I'm a little picky, so we want something that would be really well representative of our organization, though. We don't want something crazy like all of these. So we're just scrolling, and there's so many fun ones. There's some that have, video effects overlaid on top of them. Golly, these are really funky. They really are. Polaroid. Oh, you're so smart. So let's see here. Okay, I love this. What a good idea Holly had. So we are going to, here, I'm gonna put a little microphone right here. Okay, so I love this one. We can put our call to action right up here. And let's put how do I donate? And then we can put right here, let's see, for East Texas Giving, oh my gosh, Texas Giving Day 2023. And then of course, this is not the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen. We're just trying to be really fast here. And then boom, you would put, yes, you could put the link to your, right here, we could put website. And then let's say that we want to use because in Instagram, what do you do if there's several in one? You swipe, right? If there's several tiles listed in it. So let's add a page, and then let's add another one right here. So that's one way that people can donate, through your website. And then this one right here, let's say you're having an in-person event to help promote East Texas Giving Day. Maybe you're going to be, I know some organizations here, they have an East Texas Giving Day celebration at a local coffee shop, and the coffee shop pledges to give 10-15% of the proceeds that day. So you can put right here, standpipe and, or stand, sorry, I'm working with one finger. Please don't judge me. Standpipe, and then put more information here. So, and then of course, I would add maybe one more and say, come by our office, or if you're having another event, include it and add another page and then put it here. So then if you want to, of course, this branding does not go with Angelina Beautiful Clean at all. So what would I do? I would change the background, and I would maybe change it to white, and then change all of these different colors. You can see this is a two-toned graphic. So it's giving me the option to change this to blue, and then I can change this other color to green, and then I can edit it however I want. I can add in a texture to the background if I want to. I can do all kinds of different things. It's a little too advanced. We can kind of go into that a little bit more later, but you can kind of see how easy it is to get started, and it's just simply playing around. if you're a beginner, that's my best advice to you. They really walk you through it, and we're going to kind of go into the help section of Canva at the very end of this presentation, and then you'll see that there are step-by-step videos of, okay, I don't even know where to begin, and they walk you through the process where you can have a video playing right next to you and have and you working alongside it as well. So any other? Mhm. Correct. Well, this is that this was that platform I was telling you about earlier for inspiration. It basically works just like Pinterest. I don't want to take away. We only have about 40 minutes left together. I want some more time for application, but it literally is just like Pinterest. You can type in, but it's for graphics. So bookmark this, save it. Literally save it. Funny. Anyway, it is SAVEE.IT. So basically save with additional E.it. It's a great resource. I use it all the time. Oh, crud. I exited out of our presentation. Whoa! And I've done something else. I'm not used to this computer. Just like me. Let's see.
Also, while she's talking about that, I also encourage you to start warehousing photos, generic photos that you can use and have them in a folder on your desktop that you can access easily. So one of the biggest content problems I come up with is I don't know what imagery.
Mm-hmm.
So start thinking about like what are some static pictures that you can stage now that you can use in all of your campaigns as you go. Because content is going to be your hardest thing. What images do I want?
Online people, that was a really good point that Holly made. She said that sometimes the hardest thing about creating content, like a lot of the templates that we just talked about, I uploaded a photo, and having effective photos to use in a pinch. If you have all of those and you know what works for you, they're your favorites, they stay saved in your uploads. Y'all are about to see a million different ones. So this was from our casino night fundraiser. This one right here, boom. I love to save that one because it has me and all of my chamber chick besties. It has all kinds of different ones. This was from this is one that I love to use for community service photos because it was from our community cleanup challenge where we had nearly over 100 volunteers out for a litter cleanup. I love to use this photo because it makes our organization look incredible. So I have all of those saved over in the upload section. They all stay in there. So, in terms of, even if let's say you don't have those resources, you are a team of one, maybe you don't have a high resolution camera, so we are working with stock imagery. There are a lot of really cool resources in Canva that kind of help you find imagery that kind of matches with your brand. So for example, remember we kind of talked about a hex code earlier, and this sometimes works, this sometimes doesn't work. But if you'll see right here, I'm selecting this color right here, or I'll select this green. And I'm going to grab that hex code. Of course, I should have it memorized, but I totally don't. I've copied it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my elements tab. This is where if I said, oh crap, I need a stock image, I could go in here. I could go to my search for my elements. And let's say I want, what did I type in? Community service. And sometimes graphics just do not go with the design that you have in place. They just don't do it. So what you can do is I've typed in community service. And this right here are your filters. It's over to the right of what you've typed in your elements tab. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go over to color, and I'm going to type in that specific hex code. And then if I'm looking for a square photo, a vertical photo, a horizontal photo, if I'm looking for something animated, I can add all those filters here, but really I'm just looking for a specific color. Apply filters. Look at all that it gave me. So it gave me some, like, I'm looking for a photo. So see all. They may not be perfect, but they are what Canva is doing. It's pulling that specific green. So again, this isn't what matched the presentation. This is the Angelina Beautiful Clean Green. It pulled all of these, and look how close that is to the ABC green. So if you're kind of struggling and you want to create a cohesive look to your graphics, and you're like, man, I want, I don't know, I want a texture in here that is really close to the ABC green. It can really help you there. So that's a really cool little feature that is added in. Let me change that back because. And then same for this presentation. If I wanted something that matched this, I would take this color right here. I would copy it. Okay, I'm looking for something community service, or how did I do that? I'm looking for something community service oriented. I'm going to type in that hex code again. I've pasted it. I don't think it's saved. Why are you not doing what I tell you to do? Okay, apply filters. Okay, well, it kept the old one. That's okay. But you guys kind of get the idea. That color search is really, really cool. I think it would be really actually very helpful over in the graphics tab. If you need a graphic that like this, these are right up ABC's alley. Yeah, like they are green. They look really, really close. And that's really helpful for helping you in a pinch. And you don't even have to have that hex code memorized. You can copy and paste it right out of Canva. Animations. So those are so much fun. Let me find a graphic that is animated here in my own Canva, and I can show it to you. I use several. They kind of spruce up a design. We'll use this one, for example. So to animate a graphic, what you'll do, so let's say we are going to animate. You'll click this little toggle right here. And if it'll load, it'll kind of show you your different options. Like, see that this one was the fun option, sleek, boom, simple. So see how that kind of created some personality to a really stagnant post. Imagine just scrolling and you're just bored by everything you're seeing. Maybe you're seeing the same post over and over about East Texas Giving Day, and then you're seeing boom, 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 boom. How cool is that little effect? That kind of adds some spice to the message that you're delivering. So animations are really cool. Let me go back into my present. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Videos perform far better than just a stagnant post alone. People perform really well. You want pictures of people, even if it's just stock imagery, that's okay. People like to see people, and videos perform really, really well. People like that added touch of personality. So color search is a really cool tip, and of course the animate tab. I mean, these are examples of animations in here. Also, presentations. You can make really cool eye-catching presentations in Canva. You're looking at one right now. All I had to do was change the colors. I think that it was like a funky orange, like bohemian, orangish, and I don't know, before I came in and I changed the colors a little bit to be a little bit closer to the ABC brand. But oh yeah, I love to use the Canva presentations. They're so cool. They look really nice, and they kind of add that wow factor in there. It's better than just staring at the same old presentation PowerPoint presentation templates that we've been looking at for me since I've been in elementary school, middle school. Mm-hmm. You just have to access Wi-Fi, and you don't have to take a flash drive. It's so Nice. It's very nice. And in some instances too, you can just share a link to the presentation. I don't always do that. I just like to log in because, you know, what if something I needed to play in my Canva today? But in some instances, all you have to do is copy a link. And if you're giving a presentation at the Lions Club, for example, over lunch, you can just email over a link and all they need to do is click it and then boom, your presentation's there and you don't have to worry about a thing. You don't have to bring a flash drive. You don't have to log into your Google Drive or anything like that. It's so nice. Oh yeah, you can. Yep. What you can do, so you can just go to File and then Download, and then you have all kinds of different options. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll download all of them as a PNG, and then I will just they'll be flat, so they'll just be, but yeah, just pictures. And then all I have to do is, so this was a what, 20 something slide. I create a PowerPoint with a 20 something with 20 something slides, and I just drag and drop. It's so easy. It's really, really nice. Okay, the color palette generator. This is really cool if you guys don't exactly know where to begin with your branding kit. This is one of the many elements that are available on the help services little section of Canva. So we'll go over here. So let's upload an image. I have no idea what will be on the, well, let's go to Pexels. These are basically all saved on Pexels is a stock image library that's completely free to you. It's free licensing, so you can use those if you want, but I'm pretty sure Pexels is paired with Canva, so I don't think you would find a whole lot more, but it's really nice. If you're in a pinch and you need a free stock image, I encourage you to go to Pexels. So let's type it in and go to Community Service. You know when you get nervous and you just really can't spell when a lot of people are looking at you? Let's look at, oh, this is very ABC. If it'll load. This will all make sense in a minute for people watching. If it'll take. Or we've had a lot of Wi-Fi troubles today. Let's see if I can go back over here and go to my elements and upload one. Okay, nope. Okay, there we go, download. Well, of course now you would load, you devil. Okay, upload an image. So we're gonna go to downloads, the one I just added, hit open. So all I did was upload an image to this, and it's going to give me a, so boom. Like if you have an image that just is like, it just screams your organization. And I would say these colors are pretty close. Maybe I would change this green, but I'm loving these colors. I go to this picture often whenever I'm creating content for ABC. It's given me all of the hex codes, and all you have to do is click and it's copied. So if you're like, oh, I love that blue, I want to use that in a graphic that I'm making. That's one step that I take in sometimes with my content creation. And if you need some help starting your brand kit, this is what I would do. So that's one thing that's available to you in the Canva help suite. Design sizes, that's another one. Let's click on that so that you guys can see those. It gives you everything that you need to know, because not everything, have you ever, sometimes maybe you have a rack card, maybe you have a brochure, and then you try to stretch it to make it fit a poster. Don't do that, don't do that. Use Canva, and it's so easy to adapt it. And if you don't know what size those are, boom, they have your standard flyer size, they have social media size. If you are feeling ambitious, you can absolutely make videos through Canva. Boom, they've given you the dimensions for YouTube, which I hope that loads fast. Yeah, see, and it's telling you all the different ones. for thumbnails, for banners, for videos, profile pictures, all kinds of different ones. And again, this is all of these links will be available to you at the very end of the, or after the presentation. I'll send you guys an email. But this is so helpful, and they're all the best template size that you should be using. So that is available to you as well. And then a QR code generator. I love to use QR codes, especially on flyers. It's more of a call to action than just putting your website on there, because let me tell you, my URL is really long. It's angelinabeautifulclean.org. And sometimes people can't spell beautiful, and that's okay. That's okay. A QR code, that means they don't have to spell beautiful. So this is perfect. All you have to do is go to the Elements tab, type in QR code, and then boom, you can use that application, upload the URL to whatever you're trying to do, and then you can add it to, oh my gosh, but you need to have it downloaded to your computer and all that stuff. It's like having an extension for Google Chrome or anything like that, but we won't get into that right now. It's very easy to do. Any questions on these super fun tips that I've shared so far? Not even one? I know that this is very overwhelming. Mm. Oh, that's a really good point. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. So for the people online, Holly made a really good point. Sometimes the QR codes, if you're just randomly doing one online, it's kind of you're gambling a little bit on if that QR code's going to expire or not. So using the one through Canva, again, a premium feature, you have a surefire way of making sure that that QR code lives and breathes and does not expire. Good point, Holly. She knows a thing or two because she's seen a thing or two. Okay, so we are going to come back into Canva for a little bit, but just because we're about to turn y'all loose and let y'all design a million beautiful, beautiful things, let's talk about what not to do in terms of design. We're going to be a little mean. We're going to talk about the 7 deadly sins of design, and we're going to hope and pray that we don't hurt anyone's feelings. But this is constructive criticism. What's wrong with this? Let's talk about it. Too much going on. Anybody else? You need 3D glasses to read this. Do you kind of get what they're trying to do, though? They're trying to be artsy and trying to be kind of cool, right? They're trying to be a little edgy. And they're being edgy, all right. I don't even want to look at it. It makes my eyes want to bleed. So you need to be very conscious of the fonts that you're using, the colors that you're using, and how you are presenting them. This may be a very, oh, and it doesn't even look that bad on here. It looks terrible on this screen. It's really hard to read. But you need to be very conscious of that, because maybe something you're creating, you may not think that it's hard to read, and you may think it's a really cool design. Be very conscious of it. Maybe take a step away. Sometimes I print something out so that I can see it, and then maybe I go take it to a coworker, or maybe I just sleep on it for a little while and come back to it and go, yikes, what was I thinking? I can't read that at all. So be very conscious of it, and be very careful of how you're presenting some of your text. What's wrong with this? It's every cutesy font that they have. Anything else? Mm-hmm. Y'all, we may laugh at this. This is what people use frequently, very frequently. I see carnivals. This is for a music festival, believe it or not. I don't know if you were able to figure that out, but Oh yeah, this is because it's a lot of people who have never made a graphic before, and they have, in their defense, they have a lot of information that they probably had to put on here. They probably had somebody over their shoulder saying, no, 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 we need to make sure that we include the sponsor and we include the time, where it is. People may get confused, so we need to put that it's off of exit 12 off of this parkway. Yeah, there is a more concise way to deliver information, and this absolutely is not it. I think we can all agree. And I think they have the whole color wheel on this as well, the whole rainbow. Roy G. Biv. Okay. Okay, this is true to me. So this is more ABC's domain, but what's wrong with this? Not very readable. That's a very good point. Super busy. Are these colors really attractive? Do they? It's not a bad a color scheme per se, but maybe the background, is it very readable? Is it very easy or catching the eye? Where does your eye go first? Yeah, I can make the argument like, man, they've got seagulls coming in over here too. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, I every time I look at it, I find something new. Let's say that. So, no shade to keep Napier beautiful. I like elements of this graphic, but yeah, there's just some things about it. Like I like how they included, there's very obviously this is what you can bring, this is what you can't bring. That was very cool. However, this is not a very effective graphic. It's not very readable. I've spent too much time figuring out what they're trying to tell me. And that's not how your graphics should be. They should be very concise. They should not overwhelm the person looking at it. And that's the way I would describe a lot of these graphics that I've shown you. Overwhelming. I do like the seagulls though. I thought that they're cute. So we've hated on some people. Let's be really positive and let's talk about how we can be better. What did you read first? You read that first. Now keep reading. The colors aren't super bold over here, but I assure you, this was somebody who totally knew what they were doing. And this is the best example of boom, you've caught my eye, you've brought me in, you've attracted me in. And yeah, I did read that first. They knew what they were doing. This was a very artsy and very strategic move based off of this graphic. So absolutely, you kind of need to think about that whenever you're making something. If we're looking at this, yikes, I think the thing I read first was the recycling icon. And yeah, that's effective. We're probably recycling something here. However, this think more along these lines. Think really crisp, think really clean, and then be really effective in the information that you're giving to the community. And then maybe think, what will they read first? What do I want them to read first? And then make those decisions off of the graphics that you're creating. This is not a conventional example, but I just love it. Does anybody know? I mean, obviously it says what it is right there, but look at how clever this is. Have you ever tried to park in a city before and you just cannot figure out where you can park? Oh, I would kill for something like this if they had this all the time. This is just such an effective way of giving information to the reader. So, of course, we're not always going to be making content like this, but this is another great example of this is something that could have been really complicated, like the music festival flyer. It could have been, right? It could have been a lot of text that was just, oh my gosh. Okay, so okay, so Monday through Friday I can park in the morning, but not in the. It could have been really overwhelming, but they took all of the busy work out of it and then they added graphics into it. So sometimes text isn't what you have to say here. Maybe over here, maybe some graphics would have been helpful, right? Maybe it wouldn't have been super overwhelming. Do you have a laser pointer? Don't mind me, gang. Never mind. we'll move on. But yeah, you know, what if there was clip art of furniture, of toys, of clothing? Wouldn't that have been maybe a little bit more aesthetic to look at, a little bit easier to process rather than all of the text? So that's a really good example of effectively communicating what we're trying to say. Yeah, not a conventional example, but one that I love and that doesn't make my eyes bleed. So this is a better example of the first one that we looked at. They were a little more conscious of the colors that they were showing the reader. And yeah, this is what that first one was supposed to say, creators of great websites. So it's a little more easy on the eye. It's a little funky. It's a little cool. It's still kind of giving that 3D look, but it doesn't make my eyes want to bleed. Yeah. This, what would you say about this one? It segments. Yes, it segments information, right? So if I look at the one on the right, I kind of don't know where to look first. And it probably isn't an ineffective graphic, but the one on the left, they took into account where would the first place somebody look be. And a lot of Canva templates take this into consideration. They have that thoughtful segmentation of like for example, I use Canva all the time for newsletters for my organization. Excuse me, I need to take a breath. And yeah, they provide that thoughtful segmentation for me. And sometimes I'm just so appreciative of it because I have to get this done fast. You know what I mean? A lot of this stuff, and some of you may be thinking to yourselves, like, golly, I did not sign up to be a graphic designer. That's why we're here. Canva takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. You see how a lot of these people, I guarantee you, a graphic designer did not make that. Somebody made it in Publisher. Somebody made it in who knows, Word. That's kind of what we're working with here. If you're using Word for your content creation, step it. If you're using Publisher for all of your content creation, step it. Move over to Canva. Canva is where the cool kids hang out. And you will like yourself and not want to pull your hair out as much. I promise you it's more concise. Okay, Canva has unlimited resources. Do not be afraid to use them. What am I doing on time? We are good. So y'all, this is all in the learn, that help section that I told you about. 25 graphic design tips for non-designers and beginners. Limit your typefaces. Remember that one with the festival that we looked at? That was cray cray. I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe we should take the email on that and send them this. Just kidding. We won't be cyber bullies. Don't be afraid to scale. Like, these are fantastic resources that are just broken down and are just really helpful. And then they give you the option to go in and fix these designs. See how it says remix this design. So you can go in and then you can fix it yourself. And then maybe that's a great opportunity to learn and have some application there too. Yeah. We'll move on to the other one. What is this one? A design school. How fantastic is this? If you truly do not even know where to begin, I am pretty sure that this is free. I'm pretty sure, probably for Canva. It's worth exploring at least. If you know that this is going to be the medium that you're going to be working in a lot, I know I do, and I just kind of learn from just trying, just piddling around in there and trying to figure stuff out. But why not take this class? This could be fantastic for all elements, for just design in general. So again, this is all, if you go to Canva, if you start your membership and get all that stuff signed up, you'll find the Learn tab. It's right here. Help Center, blog, design school, all that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to get through the end so we can answer some questions. Oh, I did it. Anything that y'all want me to highlight again? I know that this is overwhelming and it is a lot, and it's a lot to take in and process all at once. My biggest advice is to go in on your own and really look at the Learn tab and let it teach you. Follow all of the links that it gives you. Canva is just such a easy resource. And we are really busy people, and we have a lot of work to do in our community. We're out literally changing the world. We don't have time to be full-time graphic designers. Canva takes a lot of the hard work away from you. And I want all of you to have at least something off of your plate to make sure that, you know, you're not pulling your hair out, and that you're creating attractive and great graphics for your organization. So any questions for me? Is there a way to see if they have questions in the go-to webinar? I know I don't. I hope no one's screaming like we've had questions the whole time.
Kick that out. I'm gonna close the attendees. Questions. Nope. I don't see anything. Asked in the background. What does that
If
say?
you're listening online and you have questions,
Still can't hear those questions being asked in the background. Oh, talking about me.
oh, well, I tried my best to relay them again, but this will be recorded for you guys, and I tried my best to kind of highlight whatever was discussed in the room back into the presentation. And anybody listening, if you did have any questions, please type them in the chat. We'd be happy to answer. Anybody in the room have any questions for me? Anything you want me to go back on? You liked a whole lot? Because next I'm gonna, with a little bit of time left, I'm gonna go back into Canva and just show you guys just a few more things that y'all can do.
I was just going to show that if you go to the homepage of easttexasgivingday.org, go to nonprofit resources, and of course the internet's slow, so you gotta forgive us. Just, you know, this is the old day of dial-up. Down here, Canva Facebook covers customizable. Again, we don't expect you to be the
Picasso.
I don't expect you guys to be the ones that are designing everything. Let's see, should have worked. Let's hide this.
I think it may still be loading.
Oh, maybe so. Because I know it worked at the office, but then again, it may not work here. We'll see.
Or maybe try and click on it again and see.
You think?
Are there several pages?
There are.
Let's try and scroll and see if it'll.
It's not doing anything.
Oh, page 1 of 1.
That's so weird. I don't know why it's not loading them.
Well, that's where you can find it.
Well, that's where you can find it, and it should say, because it says East Texas Giving Day templates at the top, but it did not load that. That is the fun with the interwebs. But anyway, they are there, I promise you, because we did experiment at our office. I don't know why they're not loading in Lufkin, but
this is the twilight zone here today. We don't know why everything that's worked for a million years is.
Yeah, why is it not loading? Anyway, there are templates that you can access that will help you hopefully not have to be a new generator of content.
And
funny.
if there are no questions, let me show control panel and see. Okay, I don't see any questions. Yeah. Okay, then let's just kind of really quick, we'll look and see. So as you can see, here's the presentations tab. I'm on the Canva homepage. So this is when every time you log in, this is kind of your dashboard. This is where you can see all of the stuff. And then you can design videos. I make videos all the time through Canva. They're a really cool way for us to highlight a cool event that we did. If you record little snapshots on your phone, you can upload those and then you can kind of create your own little movie through let me see, like mobile videos, for example, or you can create YouTube videos, video ads, video collages, all kinds of different videos. So those are really cool print products. A folded card. They have your dimensions for envelopes, postcards. Like, look at all of these guys. They're so cool. Flyers, stickers, and there's even a plug-in for you guys to get, like, for example, let's say circle sticker. Okay, let's say that this is beautiful. This is the one that we want. Where is it? You can actually buy some. and they have an opportunity for you to use the print shop through Canva. So that's always super cool. I know that it's blank and it's not showing anything, but it's because we haven't created anything. There's so many really cool resources for you to create through Canva. I encourage you to play around with it. Let me see if there was anything else that I wanted to highlight. Any questions from anybody in the room? I know we covered a lot. So what's your game plan? What specifically, what kind of content are you guys gonna start with first? Mm-hmm. Okay. So she said that they were going to try with social media posts. I think that that's the best way to start. The brand kit is always a really great one to start with too, just in terms of like I talked about, if you just type in gracious brand kit. Oh, it's giving me mine. Templates. It gives you such a variety of templates that you can just absolutely scroll through, find one that speaks to you, and then kind of go crazy with it. But yeah, I guess that's it. If nobody has any questions. Yay! Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, everyone, we appreciate you greatly. We are going to sign this off. This video will be available on easttexasgivingday.org under nonprofit resources as a webinar. It will not appear probably for another day. I have a little bit of work to do to get everything uploaded. So thanks. Appreciate y'all.